mask wearing and COVID-19 quarantine rules to be lifted over the coming weeks. An HSBC robber who was arrested after refusing to name accomplices in court, and a car hire firm in an alleged racket charged customers for pre-existing scratches. All this and more on Lovin Daily. Good evening, Malta and Gozo. Jonathan Chile here, joined by Paula Kauki. We've had some big news updates regards COVID-19 mitigation measures, as well as some interesting updates on some controversial cases. Paula is here with details on the first story.
Ekku, mela jidher li ser inkomplu għaddejjin fid-direzzjoni ta' aktar rilassament ta' miżuri tal-COVID-19. Kulħadd jispera li dinja l-aħħar exit roadmap li konna ma jerġax ikonna entry roadmap oħra mela. Konfermati li minnar 22 ta' frar persuni li huma primary contacts ser ikollhom jagħmlu 5 ijiem kwarantina minn flok 7 jekk jagħmlu test joħorġu fin-negattiv u jekk huma fil-possess ta' ċertifikat tal-vaċċin. Minn ġimagħtejn wara u mbagħad mis-7 ta' Marzu dawn l-istess primary contacts mhux se jkollhom bżonn jagħmlu kwarantina jekk huma vvaċċinati jekk ikunu f'kuntatt ma' persuna pożittiva. Ġifieri dik l-awkward conversation li kien ikollok ma' xi ħadd jekk indunajt li inti pozittiv u ltqajt ma dak li jkun fil-jumejn ta' qabel fl-aħħar ser tispiċċa darba dejjem għal dawk li huma vvaċċinati u ma jkollu jieħel ħadd iktar miegħek ħlief il-familjari ta' ġodda l-kwarantina. Il-persuni pożittivi u l-familjari tagħhom il-kwarantina tagħhom meta jkunu pożittivi u meta jkunu vvaċċinati ukoll ħatonqos għal 7 ijiem mis-7 ta' Marzu jekk fis-7 jum isir it-test mill-persuna pożittiva u joħorġu negattivi. Ġifieri dik li darba kienet 14-il ġurnata issa niżlet għal ġimgħa jekk tkun pożittiv inti u min jgħix miegħek. Dawk kienu il-mod kif ser jitnaqsu għalissa regoli ta' kwarantina tħabbar ukoll li mill-14 ta' Marzu il-maskri barra mhumiex se jkunu obbligatorji kemm għal min hu vvaċċinat u kemm għal min mhuwiex ivvaċċinat tista' tkun iktar mit-tnejn biex barra tkun tagħmel piknik ta' xar min nies m'għandek bżonn il-maskra tibqa' obbligatorja biss meta tidħol ġo stabbiliment ġo post pubbliku ġewwa jew għall attivitajiet organizzati.
You know, I'm really interested to see how many people will continue to wear their masks in public spaces even after. I have a feeling a lot of people will as well. And it's not just public spaces. Lovin Malta also asked Minister Fern about Festi. You know, it is summer soon approaching. We've got Carnival around the corner. Festi and standing events. And it seems that standing events could return within weeks and not months. So definitely stay tuned for an update on that. Moving on to the next story. In court right now, a man was actually arrested right after a court case today after he refused to give up the names of accomplices in a bank heist that happened back in 2010. So this is a story that we've been covering very closely, and the man in question is Darren Itoppo De Bono, who had accepted a plea deal just last month under the impression that he was going to give the names of accomplices that had joined him in 2010 as they attempted to rob an HSBC bank. However, today in court, in front of Magistrate Monica Vella, Itoppo De Bono said, quote, "Please, Your Honor, I won't name them. I won't name my accomplices. I don't want to put my son's life in danger." Now, he was immediately ordered to be arrested right there in court. And now many questions are being raised. You know, why was he given a plea deal if as soon as he was asked to give the names of his accomplices, he's not ready to give the names up? And not only that, will the plea deal continue now or will it be dropped?
Le, dan il-każ jiena ma nistax nifhem ma nix aħna konna żgħar meta ġara kif għamel stanz lin isu mejjed u llum il-ġurnata xahar wara ieħor tikonna dawn l-iżviluppi dan huwa żvilupp interessanti immens nimmaġina li l-ġurnalisti mhumiex ser jorqdu sakemm jaraw x'inhu dan il-plidi issa li nafu li Itoppo li mhuwiex pożizzjoni illi jagħti ismijiet oħra. Naħseb każ wieħed mill-każijiet illi wieħed isegwi għall-aġġornamenti tiegħu minn darba għall-oħra. Nitkellmu wkoll fuq qorti il-famuż Christian Borgi li tressa il-qorti wara li kien wieħed minn dawk iż-żgħażagħ illi sera bniedem ieħor fuq każ kompletament separat mhux ħanitlu fih illum jidher li l-istess Christian Borgi illi għandu numru ta' car rental businesses, wieħed minnhom Gold Car illum ftakarna li l-kumpanija Gold Car ma smajniex biss isimha l-ewwel darba. Il-bieraħ b'allegazzjonijiet li għamel Jason Azzopardi dwar allegat racket ta' min kien ħallas ċitazzjonijiet u ċitazzjonijiet il-flus qatt ma jmorru għand l-esa ħalli fidejk issa biex terġa' tfakkarilna imma dak li sem fil-fatt kien instema fl-2018 mill-lum President tal-Parlament Ewropew Roberta Metsola fejn quddiem il-Parlament Ewropew u quddiem il-Kummissjoni Ewropea kienet għalet isma qed tirċievi l-menti minn Malta fejn din il-famuża kumpanija Goldcar f'Malta allegatament kienet iġġel il min jikri l-karozzi tagħha iħallsu għal brix li kien ikun hemm diġà fuq il-karozza qabel ma dawn in-nies krewa. Jidher li din il-prassi allegatament kienet tintuża wkoll f'pajjiżi oħra, ġifieri dil-kumpanija ma nafx għadix bl-istess isem barra minn Malta jew le imma donnu meta wieħed Google ma tantx isib aħbarijiet sbieħ fuqha.
No, Roberta Metsola actually alleged that the amount of money involved in this racket goes up to the tune of 3 million euros. And it's quite incredible how apparently the racket worked in Malta. So basically, according to PNMP Jason Azzopardi, traffic fines would be incurred by people driving these cars. The people would pay the fines to Goldcar. However, allegedly, the money would never reach Transport Malta or any government officials. And Azzopardi actually alleged that officials would wipe the fines off the system. Azzopardi even said that he'd give all the necessary details to police. I can just imagine, you come to Malta on a holiday, you rent a car from Goldcar, you take it back and, your budget all of a sudden going way through the roof. You're stuck in this email chain trying to say, no, I paid the fine or you didn't pay the fine. And then when you look at the official records, it's not even there. So we'll definitely be following the story to see if there's any more developments on that. And my heart goes out to anyone that's caught up in this kind of issue. Moving on to the next story, questions are being raised after images of a protected stone statue appeared in the backyard of Minister Anton Refalo. So this is actually a story that was broken by the Shift News, who zoomed in on some images from Refalo's property in Ala Gozo, and they found a protected 19th century heritage item. So this item is a stone marker with the VR of initials on it, VR standing for Victoria Regina, and it comes from the era when the British ruled Malta. Now this is a protected stone, and anyone found guilty of appropriating items of cultural and historical value can face up to 6 years in prison, as well as a 116,000 euro fine. So, it remains to be seen whether an investigation will be opened into Refalo as to how this, historical item is in his property. It's actually in front of the pool area. It's right there in front of the pool area. So, if you're getting visitors over, you can show off your 19th century protected item. So we're hoping to see Refalo explain why this item is in his possession. What's important to note here is that Refalo is actually an avid collector, and he had previously served as the chairman of Heritage Malta.
Kifet inti ġifiri jekk dan huwa minnu għandek oġġetti li mhux suppost għandek, sissa dawn għadhom allegazzjonijiet wieħed irid jara jekk daw x'artifekt storiku jew x'kopji ma nafux, tipo m'għandekx nimmaġina m'għandekx tpoġġi f'post fejn jista' jittieħidlu ritratt minn barra jew minn min stidentu d-dar tiegħek u l-interess tiegħu kien li jagħmel x'għandek, fimt ġifieri ma nafx hija storja li nispera li l-Ministru Anton Refalo jiċċara għaliex ma tantx tagħmel sens għall-Ministru għall-Avukat daqstant bravo li tħalli jaħdejn il-pool. Ħanibqgħu għawdex ħanitkellmu dwar XLENDI. XLENDI jidher li dik il-blokk appartamenti li kellha tieħu post il-boathouse li kien hemm ir-restorant illi kien hemm quddiem ix-xatt jidher li fi ftit tax-xhur inbniet. Impressjonanti kemm bniet malajr, naħseb kellhom jibnuha malajr ma jmurx ikun hemm xi azzjoni min-naħa tal-Planning Authority u fil-fatt min jinżel XLENDI llum jista' jara l-veduta ta' din il-blokka fl-opinjoni tiegħi xejn pjaċevoli.
No, this is a very, very controversial demolishing and then subsequent building, and as Paula said, it was built extremely fast. You can find the images of the building right now on Lovin Malta. It's practically completed. They just need to do some furnishing and finish it off. Back in November, when the story first broke, footage of the demolishing of the boathouses there had gone super viral. I remember it was one of the top stories of the month. There was a lot of people who were really heartbroken to see this, this area that many people remember from their childhood memories, going to the beach in XLENDI, going to Gozo. That area is no longer there. Now you've got this nice 6-story building. So definitely let us know in the comments below whether you think this is going to affect, the cultural value of XLENDI or Gozo, especially as I imagine in the coming months and years, we're going to see more developments of its type in these kind of beautiful, secluded areas in Gozo. I think that brings us to the end of today's episode. Both from myself and Paula, have an evening full of love.